Hi, welcome to CB Quotes, the quickest and easiest way to get quotes for your moves from the USA to Canada and vice versa. The purpose of this video is to show you how you can register to become a member of CB Quotes and ultimately how to use the system. First thing you need to do is go to our webpage at www.cbquotes.com, as you can see here. There is some information about our company, but right now we're going to concentrate on registering. Go to the Register Now button at the top right and click on this. You will now see the registration form on your screen. This form is used for you to provide information to us so we can activate your account. You'll need to put in an email, a password of your choice, and you need to re-enter that password and fill in all the other pertinent information here. You have to re-enter the company email here. We'll pause for a second while I complete this. Okay, now you can see the form is complete, and you must submit this for approval by pressing this button here. Once you've done this, it will be sent to us and we will activate your account. To speed up the process, we suggest that you send an email to me, vince@cbquotes.com, and this may speed up the activation process. Okay, so you're all done, you're activated, and what you need to do now is go back to the home page at www.cbquotes.com, and this time you're going to log in, and you go to the top left of the page and click on the user login button. Once there, you will complete the email and password as you put in your registration form. This is now completed, and you log in by pressing this button here. You are now at the main quote page. The first part of this is the origin location, and as you'll see, it gives you an option here to choose the country of origin. The two countries that are offered are Canada and the United States. In this particular case, we're going to choose Canada. You then go to the province of choice. And in this case, Ontario is the only province listed. CB Quotes is expanding and will eventually cover all of Canada, but for now, Ontario is the only available province. However, it does cover quite a percentage of the Canadian population, so it could cover many quotes. So we will choose Ontario and go to select a city from this drop-down menu. A lot of the cities are here, and we'll choose Toronto. You only need to type in the first few letters and you can get to the city of choice. Postal codes are not essential at this time. And for this particular purpose, we're going to decide that we're going to pick up the goods from a warehouse rather than a residence, but you do have this choice. We then go to destination location. As you can see, the country defaults to the United States as soon as you've chosen Canada as the origin location. And now we're going to choose a state. We'll choose California. You can enter a Californian city in here if you wish, but it's not essential. However, what is essential is the zip code. Without a zip code, the system will not be able to provide a quote, so it is absolutely imperative that you use one. In this case, we'll put in a California zip code. And again, we'll choose warehouse as the destination. We then slip down to the shipment size or volume, and you have again a drop-down menu which allows you to either enter the cubic footage of your shipment or the weight in pounds. For this purpose, we're going to use cubic feet, and we'll enter in 500 cubic feet. The last section asks you, do you require packing services? And in most cases you would answer yes. You would then be asked, do you want this to be rated by the hundredweight or based on a unit pack? If you wanted it based on a unit pack, you would click this button and you will see a separate window appears. In this window you have the various different cartons that are likely to be packed, and in these boxes you would enter how many of those cartons that you want to be charged for and have us pack. You would then accept that and carry on from there. But for the purposes that we're looking at here, we're going to work on the hundredweight. Okay, everything is now complete and we need to get a quote. So we submit the request and hey presto, here's your quote. You'll see there's a quote number at the top. It's coming from Canada, Toronto, from a warehouse to the United States, California, zip 90210, again to the warehouse. The load summary tells you what you've just been quoted on, which is the origin and transportation. It also tells you roughly how many feet in the truck you should take up, the weight in pounds, which is based on the weight on the cube that you have submitted, and the estimated load time. Then you have the charges section, and in this case it shows origin charges, OA charges, and transportation charges, giving you a total. You'll note that DA charges are not included. Our system is designed for US-based movers, and we assume that you will want to do all your own work in the United States, and so we will never include in our quotes the DA charges. The next section is optional charges, and in this case they're pretty obvious, the usual type of options. If you wanted one of these options, you would take the figure shown and add it to the grand total to give you a final figure. Then you would go here to these links where you can click and find out what is included and what is excluded. You can even type in comments to CB quotes or some special requests if you wish here, and we can get back to you on that. At this point, you've got everything you need, and you can either print this page from your website or you can press the submit button. The submit button will send a copy of this quote to the email that you registered when you first registered, and you will have a hard copy on your file. The return button brings you back to a blank page. And here we are again at the quote. So if you need multiple quotes, you can do this on the run, one after the other. We'll go through this very quickly again, but this time we'll choose the origin location as the United States. So we will click on the drop-down menu and put in United States. As you can see, this now defaults to destination location as Canada. We'll choose the state, California, and the zip code. The all-important zip code is entered in this box here. In this case, we'll leave it at residence, and we go to the destination location. You choose the province, which of course again is Ontario, and you select the city. We'll choose Toronto, and again, you only need to type in the first few letters in order to get the thing to come up. Postal code is not important as far as the Canadian end is concerned. And this time, again, we'll choose residence. Now we go to the size of volume. The volume in cubic feet or the weight. Let's choose weight this time. And we'll enter 3,500 pounds. We finally go down to unpacking services, and again you would click yes, and it will ask you once more, do you want it by the hundredweight or based on the unit pack? And in this case we'll leave it as the hundredweight. And once again submit the request. And there you have it. This time there are obviously no origin charges. The transport charges and the DA charges are included. No origin, as I mentioned before, we anticipate that the US mover will perform all the services in the US themselves. Optional charges will be added to the total, and you have your complete quote again. Once more, you can in fact print this page or submit this to yourself via the email that you registered. And that is it. It's a very, very simple and very, very fast system. It takes a little while for me to show you this, but once you've got the hang of it, you'll get a quote out of this system within about 30 seconds. And the system itself is not the only quick thing. Transit times for our system, with the moves, vary slightly, but usually will go from about 3 to 7 working days from the date that we pick up the goods. So as you can see, it is a very quick system, both in the quoting and in the actual moving. If you have any questions, please get in touch with me, vince@cbquotes.com, and I'll be happy to answer any questions that you might have. And that concludes our video.